Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, as you can probably tell, we're doing something a little bit different for my channel, but I'm really excited about it. I have done videos similar to this in the past, but if you do not know this about me, I am someone who is very, very organized, very clean. My whole life and everything in my life is basically planned out and organized, and I do live by myself and I do support myself, which I have done videos about how I do budget my money, and this video is going to be kind of along the same lines, but this one is going to be talking all about the top 5 things that keep me organized and basically keep my life in check. And I'm also very proud to announce that this video is actually sponsored by Skillshare, so thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring this video and supporting my channel, but we will talk about them a little bit later. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the top 5 things that I personally use on an everyday basis to keep me organized. And also, everything in this video you can get from the store or online for less than $15. So all of this stuff is really, really affordable. Sometimes you can even get some of this stuff for under $10. So this is going to be a very budget-friendly video. So the very first thing that I probably honestly could not live without, and probably is my #1 thing, is a home finance and bill organizer. As you can see, mine is very, very thick. I use this quite a bit on an everyday basis. You can get these on Amazon. You can even find them at Dollar General for a couple of bucks. And this is how I keep track of all of my bills, all of my money, things like that. Obviously, I mean, I do have a checkbook that I also balance, but as far as keeping track of my bills and what bills I still need to pay and what bills I have paid, this is how I do it. So I'm gonna take some of my personal information out. Basically, you have little pages, and at the top of the book, it has the month. So this is January, and then all of the other pages are February, March, April, May, you know, whatever. And you can basically use this to write down all of your bills. So what I will do is, in the first little slot, I will write down my rent, health insurance, car insurance, phone bill, grocery bill, electric, heat, water, all of that stuff, and I will write down the amounts of what they are. And then once I have paid those, it gives you a little part to put a check mark next to paid. That way I don't have to question like, oh crap, did I pay this bill? Did I not pay this bill? I stay on top of this a lot, and all of these papers that you're seeing in here, basically they are carbon copies of checks that I have written, and they are like proof that I have paid bills. You know, in case something didn't go through, I would have like the authorization number and the amount and for what month. So I keep all of this stuff in here, and I whip this out a couple times a month. Whenever I have a bill that I need to pay or whenever a check cleared, I can just mark it off in here. And also, if there is something that you kind of want to splurge on, or something that you want to spend your own money on, something for yourself, you're not really sure if you can afford it, you can go in here to the month. So example, it is November when I'm filming this, so I would go to November and be like, okay, well, I paid all my bills and I have this much left over in my bank account, so I could afford this, but I can't afford this other thing. So this is something that has literally saved my life since I have moved out on my own. The next thing that I really like to use to kind of keep myself organized is, of course, a planner. Now, you can get a ton of different planners on the market. They have smaller ones, bigger ones, more expensive ones, more in-depth ones. Like, I think Erin Condren is one of the most expensive ones. This one I got at Walmart for, I want to say maybe $8 to $10, really, really affordable. And this is such a great way to kind of keep track of your day, your week, your month, whether you have appointments or you have a cleaning schedule, you know, due dates for bills, grocery shopping lists, or things that you need to get done in your house. This is something that I use all the time, and I basically keep it open on my desk. So whenever I go to sit down, I can basically turn to what I need to. So basically I can look at everything on my planner and I can say, okay, so I work this day, Sunday I have the day off, so that's kind of a free day. I'll put like appointments, like I had a doctor's appointment right here that I like to write down, and I have the days that I get paid. I have like vet appointments that I wrote down, little anniversaries, holidays. So planners are just a really great way to kind of keep track of your life, especially if you're someone who, you know, has a crazy work schedule, or you have a doctor's appointment or a dentist appointment. Planners are just a great way to kind of scribble it down. That way when you look at it, you can be like, oh yeah, I have this day full, but I have this day empty. Planners are definitely one of those things that are just absolutely amazing. I know a lot of people nowadays just like to use their phone and put stuff in their calendar on their phone, which is fine, but for someone like me, I'm very kind of old school, I guess you could say, and I just like to write things down, and I like to take notes and really kind of write out everything so I can physically see it that way. Next up, the next thing that I use is my phone. Now I know I just talked about this, and I know I just talked about how I like to write everything down in my planner, but I use my phone for one app specifically, and that is this app right down here, and this is Color Note. Now you can get this for free on the App Store, and basically it's like a little checklist type thing. So for instance, I like to make a little checklist of YouTube videos that I want to film. So for example, I am filming the 5 things that keep me organized, so I can simply click on it and check it off. Or if I didn't film it, you know, you uncheck it once it's done, check it off. I also have a checklist for things to do. So for example, I have edit on here because that's one of the things I need to do. But if you have, you know, stuff you want to do around the house and you want to make a quick note of it, you just go in, type them in. So for example, I need to vacuum, do laundry, what else? I need to do the dishes. So once you have everything typed in here, and once you start getting those things done, you can start checking them off the list. So this is something that I do really like to use, and I also put my grocery list in here as well. So in my planner, I'll kind of scribble little things that I need, and once it's grocery shopping day, I will type all of that list into these little checklists, go to the store and check things off that way. The fourth thing that I have been using recently that has literally just opened my eyes to a whole new world of how to keep yourself motivated and stay organized is, of course, Skillshare. This is something that is definitely beneficial for anyone who is trying to learn a new skill, or someone who kind of wants to, you know, improve on their skills such as productivity, lifestyle. So let's talk a little bit more about them right now. Sometimes getting a little extra motivation can help keep me going and help keep me organized in my life. For those of you who do not know what Skillshare is an online learning community for people who want to learn more on a bunch of different topics from educational videos. It is also a great way to interact with people who share their own knowledge and tips on subjects that may interest you for less than $10 a month. And they have so many different workshops on here. The 2 that I have just started watching and enjoying is Note-Taking Essentials by Emily Studying and Real Productivity, How to Build Habits That Last by Thomas Frank. They have so many different subjects on here. They have photography, productivity, lifestyle, film, photos, anything you can think of that you may want to learn a little bit more about. Skillshare has that. I have learned so many new tips and tricks to take better notes because, like I said in the video, I absolutely love taking notes for like my to-do list and to help stay on top of new projects, such as coming up with new videos for you guys. And with the world today, it can be hard to keep your head straight and stay focused and productive, especially since we are all stuck at home. So Skillshare is just one of those things to kind of get you out of bed in the morning and get you honed down on some new tips, tricks, and skills. If you are interested in trying Skillshare for yourself, the link down below is for the first 1,000 people who will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium. Make sure you guys go down, give it a click, check it out, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Interested in trying Skillshare for yourself, I will have a link right at the top of the description box where for the first 1,000 people that click and sign up, you will get a free trial of Skillshare Premium, and you can go on there and join a bunch of workshops and watch a bunch of videos on organizing, how to take notes. You know, that one I was watching, oh my gosh, that so informative. And thanks again so much to Skillshare for sponsoring this portion of the video. And the fifth and final thing that helps keep me organized in my everyday life is something not a lot of people think about, and that is this right here. And you're probably looking at this going, what the hell is that? Well, it is a book, and this is actually my password book. I am obviously very, you know, prominent in the social media world. I have many different social media accounts, many different email accounts, Facebook Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Gmail, Hotmail, like you name it, I probably have it. And I'm the type of person that when it comes to being online, I like to be very secure with all of my passwords. So every single social media account that I have, I like to make it a point to make them very difficult and very different passwords, whereas a lot of people will use the same password for 20 different things. And at the end of the day, that's just not very smart. That can really kind of open you up to a world of possible hacking, which is not a good thing, and that is something I definitely try to avoid. So getting myself a password book and writing down, you know, Facebook, username, password, that is such a great way for me to keep track of everything. If I accidentally get logged out of something, I can quickly whip this book out, look at my password, and type it in. It's very, very important that if you are going to build your social media platforms, to have a different password for everything. Now, I'm not going to open this book, obviously, but I will show you kind of an empty page of what these look like so you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. So when you open it up, here's what it looks like, and you have a bunch of different sections on each side. For example, we have email account, username, password, and notes. So you could write like, you know, business email. And they also have little sections to write down websites. So you could write down, you know, Facebook, username, password, and you could write down, like, for example, I have 2 Facebooks, so I could write down, you know, fan page Facebook and personal Facebook, you know, whatever you need to. And this, oh my gosh, I seriously could not live without this. I bring this with me literally everywhere when I travel, you know, just in case something happens and I need to quickly log into an account. I just whip out this little book and I can look at my password and keep track of them. It also makes it easier because we all know the struggle of when you're trying to log in and you can't remember your password and you have to click on forgot password, and then you have to go through all this rigmarole of, you know, finding your email that it's linked to and all that shit. It's just a pain in the ass. So do yourself a favor, keep yourself organized, and get yourself a password book. Alright guys, and those are my top 5 things that I use to keep myself motivated, organized, and productive in my everyday life. Really hope that you guys enjoyed and hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, make sure to go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to go down and leave me a comment about anything you want to, what you use. Maybe there's something you use that I don't that you think would help to keep me organized. If this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button so you don't miss out on any future videos. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here. But as for the rest of you, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. But I will see you very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Mwah.